I am fully aware that I am no longer a young man. And part of the reason I'm in this permanent state of being disgruntled is that the world today absolutely baffles me. Every morning I wake up, I start scrolling through my phone, and I think the world has gone fucking mad. Now, is it that the world has gone mad, or is it that I'm just a dinosaur, a relic of the 20th century, unable to comprehend the modern world? Well, today I'm going to try and find out. Although I guarantee that anyone who, like me, grew up as a child in the 1980s, and in my case it was in rural Norfolk, none of us are using they-them pronouns. I said in a video yesterday that I don't know anything about fashion, and that's true. Around 30 years ago, I realised that wearing a t-shirt, jeans or cargo trousers, that suited me fine. If you're watching in the promised land across the sea, I mean cargo pants. And before moving on, I'm going off topic, but for my friends watching down in the penal colony, do you call them pants or trousers? Although saying that, I doubt the Australians will reply, because as we all know, according to flat earthers, Australia doesn't really exist. Flat earthers insist that when people visit Australia, they're actually taken to part of Spain. So just ignoring the logistics of that every airline pilot would have to be in on the con. They then say that everyone in Australia is actually an actor. Which begs the question, have flat earthers never watched an Australian soap opera? Because I've never met an Aussie I didn't get on with. They've all got a great sense of humour, they're usually really good at sports, but acting, not so much. So let's start off with fashion. I have a clip from a recent fashion show, and I'm wondering, should I stick with my combats and t-shirts, or dress the way that the fashion industry are suggesting that I should? Right, so to be a modern man around town, I need to gain 50 pounds, shave my beard off, whitewash my head, and then wrap myself essentially in a red curtain. I don't know what's more shocking, that that gentleman is wearing that, or that his sense of shame didn't kick in. For God's sake, man, look at yourself. You're doing that in front of a fucking audience. So if that's what the modern man is meant to look like, how about the modern woman? They're clapping. The audience is fucking applauding a woman dressed as a cello. Now, I'll use a rather lazy stereotype, in that many women will have trouble deciding what to wear for an evening out. But if Mrs. Disgruntled came down the stairs, dressed as an instrument from the string section of an orchestra, I'd be thinking either I've accidentally put LSD in my coffee, or she is making a point that as a man, I'm simply unable to comprehend. That being said, the model wearing it seems a nice looking lass. And if you want to date her, she comes with no strings attached. Thank you, I'm here all week. So modern fashion? No, that's not for me, although I suggest that anyone with a tentative grip on reality won't really understand that. Next up, well, I'm English. British by birth, English through the grace of God. So things that matter to me are politeness, fairness, manners, good conduct.
Okay, I'm getting my coffee just now, and I'm in front of the coffee shop. I notice someone's coming out, so I stop. They open the door. I wait for them to come out. They're not coming out. Eventually I hear, "Come on in, ladies first." And then I proceed to walk in. The man goes, "That's the rule," and then says, "You're welcome," and then leaves. I'm describing a situation of undiagnosed mental illness. I don't know what masculinity is wrapped up in holding the door open for women, but it's a weak one. And you need to find a new version of masculinity in order to survive in the future. Does that make sense? Stop being a bitch.
Before we even get into it, my question is this. Why is she using a filter to make it look like she's wearing glasses when she has her actual glasses on top of her head? If you want to look like you're wearing glasses, just wear your fucking glasses. There's no need to superimpose them. So, to the issue itself, methinks the gentleman in question was being, ready? Polite. And yes, saying ladies first and that's the rule, it's outdated, but it isn't fucking harmful. And when he says you're welcome, that's sarcasm because some ignorant cow has walked past him without acknowledging that he exists, and she thinks that makes him mentally ill. Really, love? I've heard that chivalry is dead, yes, because women like that have kicked it to death. I don't know why. She has that rising inflection, but it's really fucking irritating. It may shock our new friend to learn that holding a door open for someone has nothing to do with toxic masculinity. It's just good fucking manners. I'll wager that gentleman would hold a door open for another man. And saying, don't be a bitch, ironically, if I'd been in that situation, that would be what I'd shout after her. Oi, don't be a bitch. And what would she prefer? For the man to walk past her and violently slam the door, saying, equal rights now, open your own fucking door. Although here's something you can do, and it's the most passive-aggressive thing I know how to do, and it's great fun. If you're holding a door for someone and they don't seem appreciative, don't hold it all the way open. Open it to around 45 degrees so they have to sidle past you and hold eye contact the whole time. You will get the most nervous thank you you've heard in your life. So, I don't get modern fashion or modern etiquette. I've also been married for 10 years. So, I don't understand modern dating. When Mrs. Disgruntled and I got together, Tinder wasn't even a thing. Luckily, I have this clip from Valentine's Day to give me a feel for the modern dating world.
I get proposed to daily, and it's honestly so embarrassing whenever I go out in public, but I decided to do my nails for Valentine's Day, and because I never do my nails, I painted the entire skin around my nails, but I kind of love it because it looks like I just reached in and yanked out that heart, which is very fitting for me. Sometimes it's just so cruel to the world just being this gorgeous.
Right. If you're watching, love, cut your hair or dye your roots, one or the other. And maybe things have changed, or maybe I've just never sought to go on a date with a fucking psychopath who's happy that it looks like she's ripped someone's heart out, like that Indian fella in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. And I don't want to be cruel here, because she feels beautiful and gorgeous, but to me, she doesn't even rate as plain. Looking at that clip, I'm limper than a windsock on a breezeless day, unlike today. But the model in the cello, she could ride me like a stolen moped. She'd have to take the cello off first. I'd be worried about getting splinters. So let's move on to something very modern. Identity politics.
I need you to know if I see you wearing a blue friendship bracelet in public, I'm going to be judging you, because here's the thing. We've had a way that you could have shown support for us for 4 years now. You want me to show you? I'm going to show you how you can tell me you didn't vote for Trump while also making a genuine difference. It's that simple. This has been a PSA.
I feel the need to congratulate her for actually wearing her glasses rather than using a filter. But she'll judge you for wearing a blue bracelet and then puts on a fucking COVID mask. Love, the pandemic is over. And I'll say, during the pandemic, I wore a mask. None of us really knew what was going on. But since then, the masks are only worn by virtue-signalling wank puffins like her, or arseholes who don't want to be identified by the police. And if we had a Venn diagram of those two groups, there is a fuckload of crossover. Why didn't you go the whole way and get a lanyard with ridiculous made-up neo-pronouns on it? So yes, maybe I don't understand the youth or the modern world. So let's see one of my people, one of Generation X.
Hello, what you doing? I'm doing fun. I'm having a great time. I wish I had nothing else to do, but I do. I have a lot of things to do. I'm having a barbecue today.
Sorry, I take it all back. It transpires there are fucking idiots in every generation. I think the difference is we used to lock them up for their own safety. So I'll fit into the modern world. I'll go home now, wrap myself up in a red bed sheet, climb inside a double base, and put on a COVID mask whilst having my heart removed. So that's the end of this exceptionally fucking windy video. If you enjoyed it, please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you can leave a like rating or a comment, that really helps the algorithm. If you would like to support me making these videos, there's a link in the description to buy me a coffee. And as ever, thanks for watching. It's fair to say that I'm no longer a young old fucking wind. So am I just a relic of the 20th century, some dinosaur unable to comprehend the complexities of the modern world? I'm not a technophobe, although at the minute it's too fucking dark to see what I'm saying. Get into it. My question is, why has she got a filter to make it look like she's wearing glasses when she has actual spectacles atop her head? Love, if you're having trouble seeing your phone, there's a very simple solution to that. Put your fucking glasses on. And bollocks! I don't know why she fucked that up already. I don't know why she had... fuck it. Why? She has that rising inflection, but it's really fucking irritating. I suspect that the gentleman holding the door... Fucking hell, what is wrong with me today? 999, what's your emergency? Oh, a man held a door open for you and was polite. I'll send you a fucking ambulance. And then puts on a fucking COVID mask. Did you not get the memo, love? The pandemic is over. And during the pandemic... I've said pandemic twice, fuck it. Embracing the modern world? I have never felt more self-conscious. Yes, I'm one of those wankers you see on holiday.